The birth of John the Baptist and the birth of Jesus are two significant moments in our experience of salvation history, and they kind of mark the passing of times and seasons. As we know, just recently we reached the point in the year where the sun is out the longest, and now, not to bring a damper upon our summer plans, it gradually lessens. So it decreases. And when Jesus is born, we know that's around the time when the sun is the least present in our world, in our cycle, at least in our hemisphere, and it increases. So what John is saying in the scriptures today, and at least through the letter of the second reading, that he must decrease and Jesus must increase, is built into the very fabric of our universe. I think it's important for us to see that as we recognize the significance of a birth, perhaps even in our own lives, of that experience, nurturing that life, and to see what hopes and promises that has, as we hear so many in the gospel today in regards to John, this strong person who made and proclaimed the coming of the Savior Jesus, and found ways in his strength to be both humble and meek, not weak. Meekness is being willing and able to receive and welcoming to what God's plan is in his life. And it seems that from the very start, from inside the womb, we know, he leapt for joy at the presence of Jesus in Mary's womb. So already his life shaped in ways that would then carry out in his life, and we know that he gave the ultimate witness to his fidelity to Jesus Christ and continuing to proclaim it in times that were dangerous for him. So his ability to hold firm in the face of those challenges, even though it meant his own death, gave witness and continues to give witness even to Jesus' own death and resurrection. So we have all of those powerful images that call us to see what trust in God means, it looks like. And it comes from the very fact that God has created us, as our responsorial psalm reminded us to say, in wonderful ways. That we are blessed indeed. And while we may share a different path that John the Baptist, in the sense of the characteristics, qualities in the time that we live, we have the same mission. That we must, in our attempts to use our gifts on behalf of the coming of Jesus, the second coming of Jesus into the world, we have that same responsibility to make it clear that the gifts that we're using are indeed for and to proclaim the glory of God. Whatever they might be, as small or as large, that's their point. That we would decrease in the sense of not our own view of ourselves or in the eyes of the world, but always in ways that would be letting and appealing and revealing Jesus Christ. So that could be as various as there are personalities in this room. It's going to be different for each of us, but nonetheless the same goal, to reveal how Jesus is transforming my life, how it's working. He's working in me to continue to build even something deeper than exists at the moment, something grounded and rooted and yet proclaiming him and his life as our Savior. So we have that opportunity, either in grand or humble ways, to imitate our ancestor in the faith, John the Baptist. Might we do so in ways that continue to allow Jesus to increase.